The mission of Four Rivers Sanitation Authority is to return clean wastewater to our environment, ensuring balanced ecosystems, human health, and economic prosperity. If you live, work, and play in our service area, your life is made better, cleaner, and safer through the efforts of our expert team of scientists, plant operators, and administrators. To understand how Four Rivers puts science to work, let's trace a path to the center of our operation, the water treatment plant, set on the eastern bank of the mighty Rock River, just upstream from its confluence with the Kishwaukee. On our journey there, if we travel just a few miles, we intersect the circuitous lines of a vast network of underground clay sewer pipes, 1,100 miles in all, that lead to our Kishwaukee Road wastewater treatment plant. Visitors to Four Rivers Sanitation Authority enjoy our aeratrium, featuring a beautiful indoor example of a balanced freshwater ecosystem. In the back of our spacious lobby is a detailed scale diorama model of the treatment plant. It affords visitors an opportunity to see all the buildings and equipment that make our operation possible, starting with the first place wastewater enters when it arrives at the plant, the main pumping station. In this building, 4 powerful mechanical pumps lift the wastewater by pumping it to a higher elevation, allowing gravity to drop the wastewater through the plant, just as gravity helps our water towers distribute fresh water. Within the main pumping station, there are fine screens that remove large debris from the wastewater, preventing them from entering the pumps and damaging them. After exiting the pumping station, the grit removal facility removes even smaller abrasive materials that could damage sensitive equipment downstream. Next is the partial flume, an open channel with a sensor that measures the flow volume of wastewater through the plant. Now the wastewater is ready for the real work of treatment, starting with the primary settling tanks. Here, the majority of the solids found in raw wastewater settle to the bottom, forming a sediment called sludge, which is pumped into thickening tanks. The remaining wastewater is now 40% cleaner and flows to the next stage of treatment, the aeration tanks. Here, oxygen is added to the wastewater via fine bubble diffusers, creating an environment where a precisely calibrated mixture of bugs rapidly consume the organic material. In so doing, we leverage nature's own magical cleansing power and put biology to work for the betterment of society. These ideal conditions we create accelerate a natural 5-day oxidation process, allowing completion in just 10 hours. After aeration, waste flows to the final settling tanks, which again allows sediments to settle and be extracted from the wastewater. Upon leaving these tanks, the water is much cleaner than it was upon arrival at the pumping station. The next stage of treatment is the disinfection process. The chlorine contact tanks mix the wastewater with precise amounts of chlorine, a chemical that safely and effectively destroys the majority of pathogenic organisms, that is, organisms that are harmful to human health. The chlorine comes in the form of sodium hypochlorite, which is stored in the disinfection building. Next is the dechlorination facility, where we use sodium bisulfate to reduce the chlorine level. This step protects aquatic organisms in the receiving stream, in our case, the Rock River, from otherwise potentially toxic levels of chlorine. The final step in the Four Rivers water treatment journey occurs at the Outfall Diffuser, a 400-foot underwater pipe traveling along the bottom of the Rock River, where treated, sanitized water joins the river's flow. The water we return to the river is remarkably clean. So clean, in fact, that some Four Rivers Sanitation Authority team members enjoy fishing at that very entry point, when they're off the clock, of course. Clearly, they have a high degree of confidence in the scientific and biological principles at work just behind them as they cast their lines.